Throughout our daily lives, we encounter times where the equipment we use needs to be taken in for service or for upgrades, from system updates on our computers and phones to maintenance on our cars. During these periods of maintenance, the equipment is usually not available for use. The electrical system is no different. Occasionally, Southern California Edison needs to de-energize and take portions of the system offline so that crews can safely make repairs or upgrades. When Southern California Edison schedules maintenance, we will begin mailing out outage alerts 7 to 10 days before the outage to ensure that you have time to properly prepare. When you receive one of these maintenance outage notifications, here are some key things to pay attention to. Number 1, the outage number. If you have any questions about the outage or status of the outage, you can call SCE or visit our outage map at sce.com for more information. Number 2, the estimated start and end times. These times are estimates. We will try to reduce the length of the outage so the actual times may be different. Also, be sure to understand the times and the length of time of the outage, as some outages are conducted overnight. Number 3, the impacted address. This may seem obvious, but many customers have more than one location where they receive electricity. Number 4, resources and tips for how to prepare for an outage, including tips for electronic items and food safety. If you want to get even more time to prepare for an outage and to receive communications digitally, including updates if an outage is canceled or the restoration time is rescheduled, please log into or register your account at sce.com and select your desired notification preferences: email, text, or phone.
Foothill Boulevard. It's in the Foothill Central Specific Plan with the land use designation of the Foothill Mixed Use Zone. It's on a approximately 4.08 acre shopping center in the northwest corner of Foothill and Lilac, but where the location of the project itself will be in the northwest corner of that shopping facility, is indicated by the red rectangle in this slide. And here's the basic site plan. Again, the red rectangle is the location of the facility. It'll consist of one kiosk, approximately 18 feet wide and 7 feet deep, and two metal containers to store the recyclables that are approximately 8 feet wide and 18 feet long. It will be conditioned to have lighting and cameras. It's not in the main parking lot of the facility. It's away from heavy vehicle circulation, kind of promotes pedestrian safety. It will occupy a little bit less than 5 parking spaces. And the shopping center itself will not be affected as far as their parking, their required parking. These are the elevations of what this facility will look like. There's just a photo of the parking lot looking south. This will operate Monday through Saturday from 9 to 4:30 and Sunday from 9 to 1. Again, they're just collecting the CRV items. Approximately 2 days before the containers are estimated to be full, Mr. Salazar will arrange to have the containers collected. Some of the conditions include a security plan, including lighting, cameras, and a 24-hour contact number on the facility. There will be cleanliness maintenance requirements. Monthly reporting will have to be made to the Waste Management Division, and should the project not live up to its conditions, it potentially could be revoked for violations or if it becomes a nuisance. This project is consistent with the land use element goal of minimize the volume of solid waste that enters local and regional landfills, and it encourages recycling by the community. It's consistent with the The municipal code, section 18.108, and the foothill mixed-use zone of the Foothill Central Specific Plan. And as far as the CEQA, it is an exemption under 15.303, new construction or conversion of small structures that are less than 2,500 square feet and do not involve significant hazardous materials. The Planning Division requests the Planning Commission determine this project is exempt under that CEQA section 15313 and adopt resolution to approve CDP number 25-0006 for the development of a small recycling facility subject to the findings and conditions therein, and to adopt a resolution to approve precise plan of design number 25-0011 to allow the development of the small recycling facility subject to the findings and conditions therein. And if you have any questions for myself or the applicant, we are available.
Just a moment, I just wanted to acknowledge that Commissioner Corral arrived at 6:05 and is now at our meeting this evening and stuff to do that. Thank you. Before I open the public hearing, I'd like to hear from the applicant if he has any questions or wants to address the commission. I'd like to. If not, it's okay. We don't bite, but that's okay. So, you sure? Well, some of us do. But.
We do have a Spanish translator also, if that makes you more comfortable.
Okay, it's okay. We're fine.
You open first? Or no?
So let's go ahead and open the public hearing at this time and stuff. Anyone that's requested to speak at this time, and we can hear from the applicant too if we desire to during the public hearing.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Sure.
Before we pursue the public hearing,
Okay.
I think there would be opportunity for the commission to ask questions of staff.
All right. So, questions for staff? Anyone? Terry, go for it. So it's.
Jason, when would we expect this to come to fruition? Do we have a timeline as to about when this will start?
I would have to refer to Mr. Salazar and ask him what his plans are as far as getting it built or ordered. He still needs his building permits and has to go through that. There's going to be electricity, obviously, for this because of the lighting and cameras. That would take a process. I believe it's 20 business days would be the minimum once he submits the building permit plans.
Okay. And we could expect that the cameras, which I'm most interested in, are feed to the police department itself, so they'll be able to see it in real time. Am I correct?
That's correct, sir.
Okay.
They use a FUSA system, which should enable them to. I'm not sure what their exact capabilities are, but it is my understanding that they can see multiple cameras live and tap into that from their system.
I had an interest in that because this location is not clearly in public view. It's back in a corner back there, and unless you're looking for it, it's going to be pretty hard to see. So my concern was not being in public view. Those concerns are somewhat assuaged by the fact that we're having these cameras, but then it comes down to, are the cameras going to be connected now, or are we waiting for the completion of the police station, or what are we doing with that?
Well,
Trying to get an idea of how this is going to all fall into place.
Well, when he turns in his building permits for the facility itself, all that would have to be included because then it would be an incomplete submittal, and my understanding is building won't accept it if it's not complete. As far as the what the police department has as far as moving from the old station to the new station, I believe that they're operating as a regular police department now, and it would be logical that it feeds into what they have available now.
Okay.
I am not certain what their capabilities are at this moment, though.
Well, transitions notwithstanding from station to station, then this is something that will take place at whatever appropriate time. Am I correct?
I'm sorry, sir, can you repeat that question?
That the camera feed will take place at the appropriate time.
Daniel?
Yeah.
Daniel Casey?
Good evening, Commissioners. I can add a little bit of information. So the police department is already currently utilizing the Fusus camera system that does allow them to essentially tap into the cameras live. They can see ones that are on the Fusus system. There's a condition of approval in the resolution tonight that requires that the applicant install the security cameras and that they be connected to the Fusus system prior to issuance of a business license. So the facility will be inspected by both planning and the police department before they begin operating to ensure that those cameras are installed and connected and accessible.
Okay, thank you. That answered the question. I have one other for Jason, if I can. There's signage on the facility itself that's being placed there. Is there any additional signage to tell the public that it's back there?
No, sir, we don't have any type of advertising requirement or anything like that. That'd probably be a better question for Mr. Salazar, Mr. Aguirre.
Okay.
We can,
All right, thank you very much.
I believe they're gonna.
Yeah. Any other questions by the commission? This is maybe a question for Daniel and stuff like that. Real quick, we're going to play Planning Commission Jeopardy. So the number of small collection recycling centers we have in this city is?
We're aware of one that is currently licensed.
One that's licensed.
Yes. And that is at the southwest corner of Baseline and Riverside. It's on the west side of the Superior grocery store.
Got it. And the other ones, there are other ones that we're probably aware, we see them. I mean, there's one at, I think at Foothill and Eucalyptus, they aren't licensed.
That one recently closed.
Right.
Yep. So
Yeah.
several have closed in the last few years.
Got it.
Yes.
And real quick, when we look at the site, let me ask Jason this question too. It's like, so if I'm going to go to this one, I'm going to park, I hope Carl's Jr. understands what I'm going to be doing when I go and buy a Famous Star. I'm going to go get my burger, and then I'm going to park in their parking lot, and I'm going to walk over to this. Is Carl's Jr. aware that there's going to be more activity there? Because to get there from the other part, you're going to go up Lilac, down an alley, come here, or come the other way. So a lot of the activity is going to be, because where it's located right on the edge of the property, a lot of the stuff is going to be, people are going to be coming there, waiting in line. They're going to have their stuff there in the Carl's Jr. parking lot. Are we okay with that? Are we aware of that? And do we have a problem with that?
I can answer. Yeah, the extent to which notification has been provided would have been a public hearing notice 10 days in advance that would, would have gone to the property owner of the Carl's Jr. And staff has not received any correspondence in advance of tonight's meeting.
And if, once it gets established and people start going over there and Carl's Jr., they didn't want to come tonight, but they decided they don't like people being on their parking there and doing this stuff, what alternatives do we have to that and things? So,
yeah, if there were, to begin to be complaints, from the Carl's Jr. or for anybody else for that matter, the staff will notify the applicant of what the issue is. And then they'll have, as is stated in the conditions of approval, 48 hours to address whatever that issue is. If it's a persistent problem or they're not able to resolve the problem, it's certainly something that the conditional development permit could come back to the Planning Commission potentially for revocation, should there be, like I said, a persistent problem that cannot be addressed.
go ahead.
Following up on that, pedestrian access is either across the planter and over about an 18-inch curb, unless they walk out to the alley and walk back in past that Dempster area, or through a small breezeway that leads from the front parking lot with about a 4-foot, 48 to 54-inch entrance with a wrought iron gate into that area. The facility, as I see it, is facing north and is located just somewhat adjacent and south of the dumpster that's there now, that concrete dumpster area. So I went over and I looked at this. I spent about an hour there. And while I was there, there was a gentleman inside the dumpster area getting all the recyclables he could, pitching them out of it. Now, that's something that we face every day in this community and every community. However, it also tells me that this area is such an area where somebody felt quite confident at midday on a Sunday afternoon to go searching for the recyclables. Now, the cameras are going to pick up this. If somebody comes over there and attempts to recycle out of this facility, then the cameras are going to catch that. But we have to keep in the back of our minds here that this is an isolated area. It's clearly isolated. And I'm very happy to see that it's not after dark. However, during the daytime, I think that the applicants need to consider that this is in an area off of an alley where your vehicle access is primarily westbound off of the next street, which is a Lilac, and or through the parking lot of an adjoining business. There's no other access to it vehicularly, as for emergency vehicles or for the public entrance. And then for a pedestrian, they're either walking down an alley, that's quite a length, or they're coming out of Carl's Jr. parking lot, which may or may not be agreeable to Carl's Jr. Plus, they have to walk through a planter past that dumpster area to an area where it's even more secluded. So that's something I think that we need to bear in mind when we look at placing these facilities that have a reasonable expectation of some public participation, actually a moderate participation, considering that there's 2 loading dumpsters there, or containers, where there's going to be a number of people that are going to be visiting the site.
Any other questions by the commission? No, we can open the public hearing at this point. Okay, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing at this time. If there's anyone who'd like to speak, if anyone filled out any paperwork to speak to us this evening?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. Does anyone want to speak to, can we ask this applicant to come up if we desire at this point or not?
Mr. Chair, I mean, if the commission would like to ask that the applicant has a presentation.
Okay.
If the applicant wants to make a comment, then.
Okay. Ask them if they want to. If not, it's okay. If there's anything you wanted to clarify or say, we can translate it. Okay.
It shows where the cars are in the alley.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get the network to show it's on the screen here. but-
Allegary from AT.
Yeah, good evening.
Associates.
There we go.
Can you take a quick look? I'm a little blind.
And there's a screen right here in the podium. Yep. Right there.
Oh, perfect. In the cars, you know. Yeah, well, I've done plenty of these. We're engineers and architects. I've done plenty of these, and usually people who come and recycle at these centers, they usually drive a vehicle of some sort, and and a lot of cities like something like this only because you really can't see them they're not really nice looking, so you really don't want to look at them. And the access by the alley, it works good for any vehicles carrying a lot of recyclables through there. You don't want them to carry them across a parking lot or through a planter. And by analyzing this, I think most of them are the most convenient places to come through the alley. There's some parking spots there. You can park right in front of the recycling center and pull out your bags and put them in there and take care of your business. When I visited the site, I don't think, I might be wrong, I'm sure there's probably some people that would park at the Carl's Jr., but I think it'd be more feasible for them to actually park right next to the recycling facility and get all the recyclables and dispense them there at the recycling center. I don't think they would want to drag bags and bags through a planter or through a parking lot. And that's only what I see and we analyzed before we did this.
Okay.
But I'll be happy to answer any questions that I
Yeah.
can.
Any questions or comments from the commission to the applicant?
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Where it says cleanliness and maintenance requirements, The businesses around there, will they have a number where they can call if vandalization starts happening?
Yes, that will be posted, and it'll be, 24 hours a day. Somebody will be able to answer the phone 24 hours a day in case something does happen or occur. And this will be, Mr. Salazar is real good in running these things, and these will be, as you can see, during the daylight hours only. We don't want anything after it gets dark. You never know what happens. So, and it's liability for him. And yeah, it would be well lit and well taken care of. And he's really nitpicky as far as garbage and trash and keeping it maintained. They want the people to come in. They don't want them to walk into an area that's not safe and full of rubbish.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Yeah, I had just one other thing. If the signage is on the front of it, is there any signage facing Carl's Jr.?
We're going to put signage all four parts of the container, so you have a view from east, west, north, and south.
And would the hours of operation be on the side facing Carl's Jr.?
Yes, because we don't want people to come after hours, and
Very good.
we just want it during daylight. We don't want them to carry all their recyclables after they close and be upset. So we want to make them aware that it's during daylight hours only.
You know, this is your business. It's an important industry that we need to embrace.
Mm-hmm.
Is it your experience that the majority of the people that participate with your business, your customers, are they vehicular or are they pedestrian?
Nowadays, it's mostly vehicular.
More vehicular now?
Yes, it's more vehicular because there's some walk-ins that have little bags here and there, but mostly if you see a lot of other recycling centers, trucks, cars, because you have to actually accumulate enough to make it worth your while to go and cash in.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Real quick, let me ask you a question. Was there any, I know this is the preferred location stuff, was there any other location on the site of, this shopping center in here that when you talk to the shopping center, things like, they says, oh, you can put it here, put it there, or do they say, this is the one and only place that if you're going to do it, they're going to put it here?
We also look at access. We also want to make sure that not to interrupt the shopping center activity. We don't want to make sure, I'm sure there's people that are going to leave a bag here and there. So we want to put it in a place that's easy accessible, park, which is the alley, parks right in there, has its own private little parking, and easy to maintain and easy to keep clean. And just to concentrate it in one area. And we don't want to give bad vibes to the rest of the shopping center. That's why it's kind of in the side. And that's why we don't do it at night, because we don't want anybody hanging out there at night.
Got it. Okay. All right. Because I don't know much and stuff like that. I was thinking there was another location more closer to Lilac. It was more out in the open, above the gas station there, on 5 parking spaces that were already there to be able to do it. But
we've done some like in Murrieta. We did one that was right in the entrance,
Sure.
right in the open.
Yep.
Actually, it was a disaster.
Wow.
We had to move it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm willing to, without giving away, I'm going to vote or anything like that. It's like, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt with operating it here, but I'm telling you that Carl's Jr. is going to say something. I just know it. I mean, I remember when they built the Aldi, the Aldi and the WSS shopping center there, and the war that went on regarding restricted and reciprocal access there. And, extortion money and trying to pay it and not letting them going to do it and things. So, do you remember that? Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, then that's just because I'm an old planner.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
speaking to Mr. Salazar about the Carl's Jr. He was also concerned about that, but he just stated to me that when usually people bring in their recyclables, they have to put them in a container.
Oh, sure.
Okay. And he just told me that he won't allow anybody who parks in the Carl's Jr. To do that there.
Okay.
He won't release the containers unless they park in the designated area.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other questions or anything? If not, entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Move to close the public hearing.
Motion and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. What's the pleasure of the commission?
Move to determine this project under environmental assessment review number 2502222, 0008 is categorically exempt pursuant to Class 3, Section 1531513, new construction or conversion of small structures of the California Environmental Act, or CEQA. 2, to adopt the attached resolution Exhibit E to approve conditional development permit number 250006 to allow the development of a small recycling facility subject to the findings and conditions therein. And number 3, to adopt the attached resolution Exhibit F to approve precise place of design number 250011 to allow the development of a small recycling facility subject to the findings and conditions therein.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. If we could do a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Avalos Villalobos.
Aye.
Commissioner Schneider.
Aye.
Vice Chair Gutierrez.
Aye.
Chair Story.
Aye.
Commissioner Espander.
Aye.
Commissioner Thompson.
Aye.
Commissioner Corral.
Aye.
Very good.
Motion passes
Great.
7-0.
Thank you. There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Any, we don't have any action items that are on the agenda, but we now have Community Development Director comments for the commission.
Thank you, Chair. I do have some comments this evening. So first of all, we will have a February 18th meeting. We have a couple of items scheduled on the agenda, so plan to be here. We'll communicate to confirm, but as of now, we do have items ready for that meeting. Next, per our last meeting, I believe Daniel has for you the entitlement status report. So we had asked, or we had discussed the desire to see, upcoming developments, where they are in the process. And so this is current as of end of January. So within the last few days, it was provided to Economic Development Committee and to council as well. So you're seeing the same information that council members and the other committees are getting.
Very good.
So feel free to take a look, digest it. If you have questions or you get questions, you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Daniel or any of the staff that you're comfortable communicating with to ask questions. The planners that are assigned to it should be identified on there, as well as a description of the project, what the status is, and so forth. So again, we're happy to answer any questions on that, as you look through that. That is updated monthly, so typically at the end of the month, we update with all the new applications that have come in. Anything that has progressed or stagnated, either way, right, is updated on the list. And as things are approved, they get moved off or onto a different tracking as it proceeds through building and safety and, the construction portion of things.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have the Planning Commissioners Academy, which I talked about last meeting, March 11th through 13th in Anaheim. We have received confirmation from some of you that are going to go. So if you're not sure yet, fine, let us know when you can. Those of you that have confirmed you're going, you are registered and you have hotel accommodations. We can still register anyone who wants to go. Hotel spaces are filling up quickly, but we were able to find some rooms so far for you guys at the conference site. So anyway, if you're going to plan on going, just let us know sooner rather than later now, so we can make sure we get at least hotel accommodations handled for you guys. And then lastly, change coming to City Hall starting on Monday. City Hall will be open now 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Staff will be on staggered shifts still, so most staff will still work a 410. We'll have a Monday through Thursday shift and a Tuesday through Friday shift. But you will be able to come into City Hall and visit us and receive services, full services in any department now Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So anyway, that concludes my comments. Happy to answer any questions that the commission may have.
Thank you for this. Never know what's going on in the future.
You thank Daniel. He's he's the mastermind behind the list there, so.
Very good. Any questions for Christina? Sure.
With the change in the city hall, will we be getting our information from you as to the upcoming agendas and such still on Thursdays?
Yeah, so I think we're still gonna keep it on Thursdays, which will give you still the extra, technically the extra day or two to review things.
Got it.
It's the easiest from a staffing standpoint. Friday will still be a pretty, I won't say skeleton crew, but there will be less people staffed on Fridays. So the bulk of our staff, just in any department, will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday now, because we're having to split into 2 separate 4-day shifts. So we still anticipate things for Planning Commission and Council remaining the same as far as I know at this point in time, for agenda publications,
Sure.
distributing information, all of those kind of things.
Any other questions for the director? The other thing I'd just like to request is, and it's probably this is more of a question or directed back to Barbara. If there are any, Barbara McGee, the city clerk, is if there's any groundbreakings, if there's any grand openings, I think it'd be to invite the commission to be able to come and participate to those and be part of those, to be able to do it. So those, a lot of those don't come out of this shop, but it comes out of Barbara's shop.
Yep.
Not a barber shop, but Barbara's shop.
Right.
But she,
They email us all the time.
yeah, sometimes. Trust me. You usually do the things, but just make sure that happens and stuff. So.
Yeah, I'll follow up with the city clerk's office, make sure they have everyone's correct emails.
Correct.
And that you're looped in with
Yeah.
I always
the
did,
happenings.
so I don't know, they might not like me.
That is a possibility. I was blackballed on some projects in the day and stuff, but that's okay. But no, just to, I think it'd be great for the commissioners to be part of that. There's ones that may not have worked on, and ones that are on here and come to fruition, you can be able to be part of it and things. So, okay.
Absolutely.
Any other planning commission comments?
I have one.
Yes.
I'd like to close this evening's meeting in honor of Officer Sergeant Ron Russo, who was a career traffic officer in our department and died very suddenly after some outpatient surgery.
Yep.
And Ron, he modernized our traffic unit. He brought in our mate. He had made sure that other officers were trained in the major accident investigation team prospect and procedures, and he will be sorely missed. He was a world-class surfer and had just recently retired, and he came from a law enforcement family. I know his brother was a lieutenant at San Gabriel PD, and Ron will be sorely missed, and it's a tragic end to his life.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Move to adjourn.
Second? Very good. Meeting's adjourned.